So I'm at Ellison Park now, just getting ready to go for a ride, and I realized I didn't actually bring my hydration pack. What I do have is the backpack I use for my gym stuff. So I dropped the bladder, because I brought the bladder, the water bladder, in the pack. A little bit of Gorilla Tape right there, and voila, one instant DIY hydration pack. As noted in Sparwood, I am terribly out of shape. I just did one of their green trails, and if you're not familiar with mountain bike parlance, it's, for trail ratings, it's basically the same as skiing. Green is easy, blue is intermediate, black is expert, double black or red is you'd better know exactly what you're doing. That's pro level stuff. So I did a green. It wasn't long. It was fun. There were fun bits. Certainly my lack of skill had a lot to do with the bits I didn't enjoy. But on the way back up, hence the sweaty bit, I was thinking about it and what exactly got me into mountain biking in the first place. And really what I'm after, more than anything, is more along the lines of what they call bike packing. So if you know what backpacking is, it's backpacking on a bike. You ride as far into the woods as you can and you go camping. And that's really what I want to do. I want to adventure cycling. But I've tried searching up that term, and that just brings me these tour companies that will take you on a catered, all expense paid, what have you, for thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars. And believe me, they sound like a lot of fun and well worth the ticket. But for right now, I just want to ride my bicycle through the forest. I don't want to go crazy downhill. So I'm going to wander around here a little bit after I've cooled down a touch. The weather's shifting though, my head's telling me it is. And I believe it said on the radio the possibility of rain and thunderstorms and what have you. So I'm going to see if I can find my way down to the lakeside. I'll touch base with you again in a little bit here if I find, well, even if I don't find something interesting, I'll touch base with you. We'll see how this day proceeds. Okay, so I made it to the beach, and if you take a look, I've got the whole place to myself. Looks like a lot of people are leaving. It's just me, a Canada goose, and I'm not sure, I think that's a loon over there. Very quiet. Oh, and the mosquitoes. There's a few mosquitoes, and I did not spray myself. So that's the good news. Bad news is I did bring my bike down here. Oof. And yeah, I'm gonna have to, I know I'm not riding it all the way back up. I will be pushing. But you know what? I think it's okay. Gave me a few minutes to think. It was a paved path, a little bit of gravel and whatnot. I should have brought something to eat, but I got water. I'm good. All right, my friends. Let's start by getting the excuses out of the way. It is too freaking hot. This is round 2 is done now. It is entirely too warm. I didn't bring any food with me. I haven't ridden in 2 years. I'm really out of shape. The truth of it is, this downhill, what we normally think of as mountain biking, there are aspects of it that I do enjoy, aspects I don't. On my way down, I found the beach, which was awesome. That was a nice ride. Downhill, paved, gravel, nothing crazy, pretty mellow. Rode the brakes most of the way. It was kind of steep, which means I had to push the bike most of the way back up. But that's okay. Getting some fuel in me now. I really enjoyed the Sparwood ride. That stuff just turns my crank. So like I was saying earlier, bike packing, trail riding, that's my jam. Finding the right terminology so that I can Google search it, that's a whole different ball of wax. But for now, on fishing this out, I discovered that my $4 bag of ice, which I bought roughly 24 hours ago, is melted. So I gotta empty out the cooler, dry it out. I gotta head back to Kelowna. I guess I have to buy some more ice because I do have perishables in there, yogurt, cheese, bit of chicken, stuff like that. Chicken's cooked, but still. So I think I'm gonna spend one more night in Kelowna and we'll just take it from there. I'm only, what, 4 days in? It's been pretty packed. I gotta slow down. I don't know if I know how to slow down, but I'm gonna try. Okay, next step. Get this ready for movement. Batten down the hatches, as they say. You know, I have mosquito repellent. I really do. Do I remember to put it on? Nope. Not once, not ever. I have, somewhere in this tiny home of mine, I have a bottle of DEET-free mosquito and tick repellent that I bought, I think, about 3 years ago. And I'm pretty sure I've used it once. Does that stuff have an expiry? Does that stuff have an expiry date? I better check. Oh my golly. Helmet over there. That. Grab my water bag. Where are all my knives? In my pocket. Okay, that's just... Boy, I love Gorilla Tape. It sticks good. Let's make sure I've got everything I want and need out of there. That's my wallet. That can go back to its normally scheduled programming of laundry bag, gym bag, stuff I don't want to look at right now bag. You know, I'm looking forward to the day when I actually remember that the pillow's back there before I open the back hatch. Because so far I've dropped it in a couple of puddles. Now I'm going to have to beat a whole pile of Okanagan dust off of it because I dropped it in this parking lot. That's how you drink from one of these. Oh, but now I want to put this water back in here. This could be tricky. So, if you've never seen one of these before, the way they work is, you know what, hang on, let me get comfortable here. Oh, rocks. Goodbye. Okay, so, what was I saying? Right. If you're not familiar how one of these works, you saw me take it out of the backpack, so you probably figured out that part. This long hose comes out of the backpack, goes over your shoulder, and you bite down on this bit, which opens the valve. I don't know if you can see the air bubbles moving now, but it opens the valve, and you suck, and it pulls water up, right? Just like that. Now what I've gone and done now is I've filled this thing with water. So I'm hoping that if I hold it up and I squeeze the thing, gravity will do its job. Science, baby, science. Can you hear that? I have to pee. Hurry up. No, really. Tra-la-la, it's really... Oh my. So actually not too bad. Let's see. Now the issue is going to be when I get below that valve, so there'll be a little bit in there. I'm going to have to just pour that out, I think. That's actually working pretty good. A couple of days of coffee there for sure. There we go. And... nope, that's it. I'm gonna have to pick up a cleaning kit for these bladders. I think that's pretty much everything. Next time I do this, I'm gonna have a little bit more of a plan. Because while this is fun, a little bit more of a plan would not be a bad idea at all. Fresh battery in the GoPro. And I took a look at Google Maps, and I cross-checked with iOverlander. Kamloops is just under 2 hours from my present location. And it seems to be a lot friendlier for van life, boondocking, that kind of thing. I'm in Kamloops. There's a gym here I can use. And I didn't know this, but Kamloops has, apparently, according to their website, Canada's largest municipal bike park. And I was looking at it, and it looks interesting. I don't have to pay. There's 3 pump tracks, a bunch of green and blue tracks. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna mess around there for a few days and just see if I can't get on top of this whole mountain biking thing. This was supposed to be well, it's an adventure holiday. I told everybody it was a mountain biking holiday. I'm gonna go ride, darn it. And I have been. And I feel much better for it. I love riding. I do. But yeah, that's kind of my plan right now. I've been thinking about something. Something I don't understand about myself. I've known for a very long time that I don't sit still very well. The people who know me know I don't sit still for very well. If I come to visit you, I'm good for an hour, maybe a little more. 2, if I really like you. And if I really, really like you, well, I usually wound up with a girlfriend. So, but yeah, I don't sit still very well. And I don't know why. It's just the way I am. So this trip, as much as it is turning into a voyage of discovering British Columbia, rediscovering my original home province, it's also turning into a voyage of self-discovery. I can't believe how flippin' restless I am. I don't know if it's just a little switch in my brain that went off and said, okay, we got some time to make up here. Let's go. Let's go and go and go and go. But oh my goodness, every day I need to move. I need to go. I need to do. Honestly, it's beginning to annoy me. I'm getting tired of driving. I'd like to sit down, do a thing, explore a place. And I think Kamloops is small enough that I might be able to do that for a little while. Spend a day or 2 or 3 or I don't know. I'm going to discipline myself a little bit to cool my jets and spend not 1, but 2 nights in Kamloops. And I might even push for 3. That'll be something. Unrelated, jumping topics, as I am wont to do. One of, if not my all-time favorite food is eggs. And because of my refrigerator issue, I have not had eggs consistently in quite some time. I've got some in the fridge at work in Calgary. So the way I'm thinking about it right now, there's a Denny's. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go to Denny's and see if they've got anything eggy that I could have for dinner. I'm gonna buy dinner tonight. I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. Okay, that's it for now. Technically, I'm not really in Kamloops. I left Kamloops city limits about a half a kilometer south of here. I'm at this beautiful little campsite, Crown Land, by a lake. Hang on, let me show you. Let me show you. So, I'm camping in this place here, just absolutely gorgeous, by that lake there. Again, pretty little lake. There's a few ducks, lots of birds and things that I can hear. The road in here is rutted and potholed, so I went very slowly because the van was just a rocking and a rolling, and I'm just coming out here right now. I actually do want to put a lift kit on Prissy now, because there's a couple of spots I wanted to drive down, but I stopped and I walked it, and it was like, nope, bad idea. Even where I am situated right now, if it had been raining or the ground was wet, yeah, I would have been stuck. I would have been calling for help. Speaking of which, oddly enough, even though I'm on Crown land, I have cell reception. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's a conversation for another day. Right now, there's a few abandoned trailers and campers that I think people dragged out here to use as a cabin of sorts when they came out. They're pretty trashed now. One of them looks like people have been slowly taking it apart for firewood. So the other thing, yes, I mentioned the road was rutted and potholed, and the van was shaking. Check this out. I may have done overkill, but oh my goodness, it stayed put. So did that, oddly enough. So I've got food, I've got water. I have a half-assed idea, pun not intended, as to what I'm going to do toilet-wise. The hardest part right now is I want to get on my bike. I want to get on my bike and explore the area. But every time I step out of the van and start walking, my thighs are telling me riding is no, don't do it. You will pay. Oh, but I want to ride. I want to explore this area. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. I was talking to Marcel earlier, and I was saying I need a vacation from my vacation because the last few days have been just go. Staying here is going to force me to do that. My thighs are going to force me to do that. I think this will be good. I'm going to get some editing done, and maybe later on I will break out the bike and just go, because it's pretty flat. It doesn't look like there's much in the way of hill climbs here. Kind of want to take a nap, but I'm going to wait till later. And just chill. On the subject of toilets, though, I was looking on Google Maps, and about 15 minutes north of here is a provincial park that has a day use area with both pit and flush toilets. And if I decide that I want to pay for camping, they do have campsites available. You can grab them by reservation. There is a first come, first serve. I'll keep that in my back pocket. If I wind up having to do a number 2 and can make the 15-minute drive, I will do that rather than dig a hole in the woods, because honestly, I'm not, as I mentioned before, I'm not really equipped to go pooping in the woods. I know I've got toilet paper back there somewhere. I've also got paper towel. Slightly less ideal, but it'll work. I do have the garbage bucket if I need to, if I don't want to go hang my business. I really don't see a lot of fallen logs. They've all been used for campfires, so there's that. But that's the update for the end of day. I'm going to try and stay here all day tomorrow and sleep here tomorrow night, no matter how I'm feeling. And I say this with the understanding that I'm beginning to feel restless already. This is ridiculous. I think I need to take up mindfulness and meditation just to get my home on. See if I can't just quieten myself down once in a while. Because as restless as I'm feeling, I know I need a little bit more rest. Maybe an easy bike ride tomorrow up the road I came in, explore a little further down. But again, barring bathroom, the van is not moving. And if it does move at least one more night, I will bring it back here. Cheers, we'll talk to you soon.